Welcome back to High Stakes. Today, we will be discussing the following MLB matches that is happening on Wednesday, August 16, 2023. We will be providing our team, total and prop picks for the day. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. If you want access to our premium picks, you can check out our Patreon page. You can find the link to our Patreon page in the description and comments section below. Pittsburgh Pirates vs New York Mets. Take the Mets with the run line to give yourself the best chance of a significant profit. And here is why. The Pirates lost the first game of the series to the Mets by a score of 7-2. Pittsburgh totaled 5 hits and 7 walks on the day. Cabrian Hayes led the team with 2 hits, while Brian Reynolds and Alfonso Rivas each had a pair of walks. Quinn Priester went 5 innings and gave up 6 runs in his start while striking out 3 and walking 3. Jack Suwinski is the only player with 20-plus home runs on the squad, while Brian Reynolds has the most RBI with 56. Reynolds also has the highest batting average at .268, while Andrew McCutchen leads the team with a .375 OBP. McCutchen has done admirably in his swan song with 10 homers and 31 RBI, while also earning 65 walks, compared to 86 strikeouts. Jai Hwan-Bae is the primary base stealer for the Pirates with 20 on the year, and Reynolds has 9 steals without getting caught. Mitch Keller has been the anchor of the rotation for Pittsburgh, leading the team in innings pitched and strikeouts, while having one of the best ERAs among the starters. David Bednar has been solid as the closer, converting 24 of 27 save opportunities. During the deadline, the Pirates acquired Bailey Falter, but they were sellers at the deadline. Rich Hill, Ji-Man Choi, Austin Hedges, and Carlos Santana were all shipped off to different teams. Johan Oviedo will be the starter for the Pirates on Wednesday. Currently, the hurler has a 4.42 ERA and a 1.31 WHIP, which is nearly identical to his career stats. In 136.1 innings pitched, Oviedo has 121 strikeouts. In his 24 starts, Oviedo has earned a 6-12 record. In his last start, Oviedo went only 5 innings and gave up 6 runs to the Reds, striking out 4 and walking 2 in the process. He also hit 3 batters, showing that his control was all over the place that day. 9 players are listed on the injury report for the Pirates, with O'Neal Cruz and Vince Velasquez highlighting the list. Cruz is due back in September, and 3 players are set to return in August, while the rest are out for the season. Given the Mets' ability to generate offensive output and their possession of reliable bullpen choices in the initial game of the series, I am confident enough to consider placing a bet on the spread at plus 160 odds. I have greater trust in the Mets' batting lineup to amass a higher number of runs compared to Pittsburgh's offensive capabilities. In a contest where the pitchers exhibit average performances at best, the outcome is likely to be determined by an offensive showdown. The Mets hold the advantage with Alonso and Linder both in good health, alongside McNeil, Nimmo, and other strong players. On the contrary, the Pirates are without O'Neal Cruz, and they lack a counterpart of Alonso's caliber. For our total pick take over 9 runs. Neither starter makes me think that this will be a pitching duel in any way. Megill has underperformed in his last 2 starts, and Oviedo gave up 6 runs in his last outing. The Mets showed in their previous game that they still have the capabilities to put up several runs, and I have faith in the lineup to produce at least 5 or 6 runs again. Pittsburgh has given up the 4th most runs in the National League, while the Mets are right behind them at number 7. Megill has given up 5+ runs in 4 of his last 5 starts, so I will take the over. Detroit Tigers vs Minnesota Twins. Take the under, 8.5 runs. And here is why. Reese Olson is expected to take the mound for the Tigers. He went 6 innings, gave up 2 hits, 3 walks, 0 earned runs, and struck out 8 in a win in his last start against the Minnesota Twins. Olson has a record of 2-5 with a 4.45 ERA, 1.14 WHIP, and a 58/16 KBB ratio in 10 starts and 13 appearances this season. Opposing batters are hitting .226 against Olson. The Tigers have been terrible on offense this season. They are bottom 10 in the league in runs, hits, home runs, RBIs, walks, batting average, OBP, SLG, and OPS. Detroit's pitching staff has been good to fairly average this season. They are middle of the league in ERA, hits allowed, runs allowed, home runs allowed, WHIP, and batting average against. Detroit is top 10 in walks allowed. It is unlikely the Tigers make the playoffs, but they are not completely out of the race in the AL Central. Lately, Kenta Maeda has been delivering strong performances for the Twins. Over his last 5 starts, he has consistently allowed 2 or fewer earned runs. Among these starts, he has achieved a quality performance in 4 of them. Maeda is presented with a fantastic matchup against the Detroit Tigers, who have struggled significantly on the offensive front throughout the season. Their offensive statistics rank in the bottom 10 of the league in categories such as runs, hits, home runs, RBIs, walks, batting average, OBP, SLG, and OPS. When facing Mita, the Tigers have managed a .241 batting average and an expected batting average of .205 across 84 plate appearances. In the AL Central, Minnesota is currently in a race to maintain their lead over the Guardians. Given their superior performance, the Twins are poised to emerge victorious in this matchup by a margin of 2 or more runs. For the total pick, take the under, 8.5 runs. Reese Olson has done well against the Twins. He went 6 innings, gave up 2 hits, 3 walks, 0 earned runs, and struck out 8 in a win in his last start against the Minnesota Twins. Minnesota has a .121 batting average and a .187 expected batting average in 37 plate appearances against Olson. Kenta Mita has been very good for the Twins lately. He has allowed 2 or fewer earned runs in 5 straight starts. Mita has registered a quality start in 4 of his last 5 starts. He gets a terrific matchup against the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers have been terrible on offense this season. They are bottom 10 in the league in runs, hits, home runs, RBIs, walks, batting average, OBP, SLG, and OPS. This will be a lower scoring contest, and the under will hit. Tampa Bay Rays vs San Francisco Giants. Take the Rays on the money line. And here is why. Tampa Bay is currently 3 games in back of Baltimore heading into Tuesday's games for first in the AL East, but the Rays remain the top wild card team. The Rays are expected to start right-hander Aaron Civale, who's 5-3 with a 2.61 ERA, while in his last start went 5 innings, allowing 2 runs on 7 hits against the Guardians. In his last 5 starts, he's 2-1 with a 2.51 ERA, while as a pitching staff, Tampa Bay has a team ERA of 3.87 which ranks 6th. The Giants have encountered recent difficulties, leading me to favor Tampa Bay on the money line in the series' final game. While Aaron Civale initially faced challenges in his first start with the Rays, he displayed improvement in his second start, benefiting from increased familiarity with the catchers and delivering a commendable performance. I anticipate Civale to once again deliver a strong performance against the Giants' struggling offense, which has faced challenges throughout the season. Tampa Bay's offense has exhibited strong performance, positioning them to capitalize on the potential weaknesses of Ross Stripling, who has faced struggles this season. Although Stripling may not start, it is likely that he will face challenges during his bulk innings. This suggests that Tampa Bay's lineup could exploit these vulnerabilities effectively. For our total pick, take the under. And here is why. San Francisco is currently holding on to the second wild card spot and is 63-56 entering Tuesday's game and is 3-7 in their last 10. On Wednesday, it's expected that Ross Stripling will see the bulk of the innings, but whether or not he starts is uncertain. Stripling is 0-4 with a 5.10 ERA, and in his last 5 games, he's 0-2 with a 3.39 ERA. In his last appearance, the righty pitched 5 innings allowing 2 runs against Texas, but did not start the game. As a pitching staff, San Francisco has a team ERA of 3.92 which ranks 9th. The under is also the way to go in this game, as Civale should be able to keep San Francisco's offense at bay. This season, Tampa Bay is 54-63-4 in hitting the under, but on the road are 30-26-3 in hitting the under, while San Francisco is 66-53 in hitting the under, and at home are 36-23-2 in hitting the under. The Rays' offense is a bit worse on the road, which is a good sign for the under. Meanwhile, Stripling is averaging 2 runs per appearance, which is averaging just over 5.2 innings, while Civale has allowed an average of 1.6 runs, which is why I like the under here.